Yes. Hello, universe. My name is Mitch Barnett. This is my daughter, Katrina. We're doing a video. It's called Katrina and Mitch Survivors. She survived actually Hurricane Katrina during in Louisiana. I survived Marble Mountain, Vietnam. So we're talking basically about war stories. We're going to talk about a story called Marble Mountain. I was at Marble Mountain 69 to 70, and there was this person, actually, she did propaganda, Hanoi Hannah. And people, it was Radio Hanoi. She would come 3 times a week and she would do her propaganda. And she would say, Americans, give up, it's an unjust war. And we would hear that all day from 69 to 70. So today we're going to go into the caves. We got some heavy duty speakers and we're going to blast some rock and roll music inside the caves. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to see what it's like. So I'm going with 4 Vietnamese guys that work for me and 1 Vietnamese woman. We're going to go inside the caves and we're going to talk about Hanoi Hannah. And we're going to see what it's like actually inside the caves. So it's only about 100 yards from our outpost to the actual caves. So it's a short walk. And what America did, they put the outpost in the valley, and you never put an outpost in the valley because the Viet Minh, when the French were in Vietnam, they brought their heavy guns up to the mountains, into the mountains, and then they had Vietnamese people come in, and they overran the outpost. They came with machetes and knives, and they actually took prisoners. And this is Viet Minh Phu. And what we're going to talk about today is Hanoi Hannah. We're going inside the caves, and we're going to blast these heavy-duty music inside the caves, rock and roll music. So this is what we're going to do. It's only 100 yards away. Hanoi Hannah said they're going to be, the North Vietnamese and Viet Cong are going to be eating chow in our chow hall. They're going to take over our outpost. And as long as I'm here, I have an obligation to fight the North Vietnamese and Viet Cong. We're going to go inside the caves, and we're going to blast the music inside the caves. So when we walk inside the caves, we set up the music, and we actually did catch a couple of prisoners. We took a few prisoners, and they said they can't take what they said was they can't take the music. This music is right. This dinky down music, this crazy music, they would say, is driving them crazy. It's driving them nuts. So we're really getting in the heads of the North Vietnamese and the Viet Cong. But most people don't know that they were actually doing the propaganda broadcast inside Marble Mountain. Nobody knows about that. But I'm a witness to it because I actually seen it. And I've seen the broadcast, and I've seen what it was like inside the caves. When you walk inside the caves, there were gold Buddhas, a big gold Buddha, that they were there thousands of years because they fought thousands of years, the Vietnamese. The Vietnamese fought for thousands of years, and they had these huge gold Buddhas there, and it was just an unbelievable thing. And actually, my friend called me, my friend Joe Bawada, he lives in Staten Island. He called me and said, Mitch, you're not going to believe what happened to Marble Mountain. Inside Marble Mountain, they're doing an episode of The Bachelor. They actually took all the gold that was inside Marble Mountain, and with the communists, what they did, they stole all the goods and they raped the country. That's what they did. They killed. When they took over Vietnam, they took all the gold that was there. They actually took it. The North Vietnamese took it, and this is a story where people could learn about Vietnam and about Marble Mountain. And actually, they had Hanoi Hannah was actually broadcasting from Marble Mountain. Nobody actually knows about that. No veteran knows about it. Nobody knows about it. People don't know that they were actually broadcasting in Marble Mountain. She was doing the broadcast, and it was coming out 3 times a day. America give up, it's an unjust war, and propaganda. This is what they were doing to try to win. But it was actually after the 1968 Tet Offensive, the Vietnamese army and the Viet Cong, they wanted to surrender, but America said, no, 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 we'll surrender first. When they wanted to surrender, they should have just surrendered, but they didn't surrender. I mean, America said, we'll surrender. What kind of nonsense? It was such a brutal war. So many people died. And of course, I had a friend, Marty Pine. He had an uncle in 1959 who was fighting in Vietnam. He was a career Army guy. And that's the story of Marble Mountain and Hanoi Hannah. And thank you, universe. Have a nice day.